Hello, today I'll be discussing the political era of policing, which lasted from the mid-1800s to the early 1900s. The period was one of the earliest stages of the development of modern policing in the United States. During this era, police departments were closely connected to local political leaders, and officers were often hired based on political connections rather than qualifications and professional training. The primary goals and responsibilities of police officers during the political era was to maintain local law, protect property, and respond to calls of service. Police officers also provided many social services that other government agencies did not yet provide. For example, they helped find housing, cared for lost children, assisted individuals experiencing homelessness, and responded to emergencies. Because officers regularly interacted with residents, they became familiar with the neighborhoods that they were serving. At the time, community members may have had mixed opinions about law enforcement. Many appreciated that officers were visible in the neighborhood and knew local residents personally. Police officers were often seen as approachable and available to help with everyday problems. However, others would have seen law enforcement in a negative manner because of political influence frequently affected police decisions. Corruption, favoritism, and unequal enforcement of the law were also common problems. Officers sometimes gave special treatment to political supporters while ignoring misconduct by those with political influence, which reduced public confidence in the fairness of policing. One of the major strengths of the political era was a close relationship between police officers and the community they served. Because officers were seen in the neighborhood every day, they developed personal relationship with residents and gained valuable knowledge about local concerns. This allowed officers to respond quickly to community needs and often prevent small problems from becoming larger ones. On the other hand, though, a significant weakness was the lack of professionalism and accountability. Since political leaders often controlled hiring, promotions, and police decisions, officers were not always selected based on ability or training. Corruption and political favoritism damaged public trust and made it difficult for departments to enforce laws fairly and consistently. The political era continues to influence policing today. While modern police departments generally use professional hiring standards as opposed to political relations, they now still attend community meetings and work collaboratively with residents to solve problems. These efforts reflect one of the positive aspects of political era, while avoiding many of the weaknesses it had. Modern law enforcement agencies can learn several important lessons from this historical period. First, about building relationships with the community, which is essential for effective policing because trust encourages cooperation and improves public safety. Second, police departments must remain professional, transparent, and accountable to avoid corruption and political influence that weaken policing during the political era. And balancing community engagement with fairness and ethical decisions helps create a stronger police community relationship. In conclusion, the political era played an important role in the history of American policing. Although it was marked by political influence and corruption, it also demonstrated the value of officers maintaining close connections with the community they serve. Today, police agencies continue to build on those positive relationships while emphasizing accountability and equal enforcement of the law. Thank you.